Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, surprisingly, as always, here is my co-host, Joel Meyer. And, of course, we got Smitty here again. Smitty, how are we doing tonight, boys?
I wasn't even supposed to be here today. But, yeah, I've had a toothache for about a week. You know, I typically just write them off. You know, they go away more or less. But I wake up Thursday morning, like at 4 a.m. It's fucking throbbing pain. It's not gone away since. But yeah, I've been jacked up on ibuprofen, naproxen, whatever in the morning, and fucking 40 Creek, Ontario's finest at night, and it'll get the job done. So I decided to come on here, and yeah, I'll be a passenger for the most part today. But I'm here. I'm doing my duty. Just thank the whiskey for it.
And also, the whiskey does help you get over some emotional pain too from on Monday. So, myself, Notre Dame, as we all know, already lost. So, yeah, I'm still trying to recover at this point. But much just like the Alabama game, it was a blowout, and they did make it interesting at the end, but it was nowhere near close.
Yeah, I thought you were saying Joel's emotional damage from the trade that went down tonight. We'll get into that though. I think it was decent for the Avs. We'll get into that. Yeah, I'm doing good here. Friday night, feeling good here. Flyers off a loss, but a back-to-back, so it was expected there. Top of the show, make sure you're subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff there. Also follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. And yeah, just 2 hours ago, about or so, news came down that the Avalanche were trading Mikko Rantanen to the Hurricanes. We got the full trade here. Hurricanes receiving Mikko Rantanen and Taylor Hall in the rights to some prospect. Avs getting Marty Necas, Jack Drury, 2 draft picks, and the Blackhawks getting a 3rd-round pick to retain salary here. So, Joel, very interested to hear your thoughts here.
Well, clearly it's because the front office of the Avalanche and Mikko Rantanen were far away on a deal. Clearly he wanted a lot more than Nathan McKinnon is making, and the Avalanche just can't do that with the extension coming up for Cale Makar. You can't just be paying 3 guys this much money. Yeah, we're not the Leafs after all. You can't just go that top heavy. So yeah, the Avalanche got some depth pieces. Apparently, they're still not done. The rumors that the Avalanche are interested in other pieces, whether that's someone from the Canucks, whether it's Sidney Crosby, we'll have to wait and see. But all kinds of rumors abound. But as of now, I'm okay with this. Like now that we got the 2nd round and the 4th round pick, little bit of trade assets there. That was not part of the original deal. The original deal was like Kotkaniemi was coming over, and his contract is brutal. For a mid 3rd-line center. Jack Drury is not any better, but he's cheap at least, and far younger. So, or not far younger, but he's got a couple more years on a very cheap deal. And Martin Necas, of course, a lot cheaper than Mikko Rantanen, and they've got him signed up for a couple more years. So, yeah, it's a lot better now than what it looked like to begin with. And the fact that the Avalanche are saying that they're not done, or Friedman is saying they're not done, is encouraging for any Avalanche fan. But the real thing is like, this is really all that the Blackhawks received. They retained half the salary on Rantanen, and they gave up Taylor Hall just for a 3rd-round pick. I know Taylor Hall is not worth nearly as much as he used to be worth, but that's pretty pitiful. I think once again, Luke Davidson is not showering himself in glory there in the Blackhawks front office. So that's a curious return for the Blackhawks. But yeah, the Hurricanes on their part, they are all in. This is unlike them in terms of how they do things. They do not sign rentals, so maybe they have some kind of plans in place to sign Rantanen, but even then it's hard to see because they don't sign players to these big deals. So that's a curious change of strategy, but their former strategy hasn't worked so far, so maybe it's good that they changed things up. But yeah, getting Rantanen, Taylor Hall for this kind of return, I think that's worth it for them just to go all in because the East is weak. There's really no dominant team out there in the Eastern Conference. So, yeah, I think the Hurricanes made out the best of this, making the best of the dilemma between Rantanen and the Avalanche front office and taking advantage of it. So, yeah, I'm okay with the Avalanche side of it. Rantanen, if he wanted that much money, he couldn't work in Colorado anyway. So, at least we get something in return instead of just letting him walk for free. So that's my perspective of it. But yeah, Hurricanes looked like they made the best of this.
Yeah, I mean, Blackhawks, clear loser here. I guess that probably was like addition by subtraction with Taylor Hall. He probably was not happy there. I know he was, I think, healthy scratched a few times. He's been outspoken about it. And yeah, it's going to be a matter of which of these teams goes further in the playoffs to see who ultimately is the true winner of the trade. I don't think either the Hurricanes or the Avs lost it here. Yeah, Rantanen wasn't going to be able to get paid by the Avs. So they traded him to get Natchez, so, can play center at times, but he can be on that top line wing. I think he's fast, so we can probably keep up there with McKinnon as well. Jack Drury, yeah, cheap third, fourth line center guy, so get some depth there as well. And yeah, the Hurricanes with Eric Tulsky, former Broad Street Hockey writer there as the GM. I mean, going all in. We saw it last year. They got Jake Ensel. This year, getting Rantanen, getting Taylor Hall. East is absolutely wide open. The Capitals aren't for real. The Leafs, you can never trust them in the playoffs. Panthers, might be tired after last year. So Hurricanes, they did the same thing again and again the past few years, and now they're going for it. So that's what you like to see for Carolina. Going to be interested to see how that all pans out here in the weeks leading up to Four Nations, then even the trade deadline, and then into the playoffs, of course. And yeah, they just signed for one more year after this one at 6.5. Jack Drury, same thing at 1.72. So kind of a win-win for both sides here, getting the pieces that they need and doing what they can.
And the Lightning just scored too.
I saw that. Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, you're on Beijing wings on there.
Lightning are on a power play now going into overtime. So that's good there. All right. What else is good is the big game. In honor of the big game from now until February 9th, 15% off everything in the SGPN merch store with the promo code BIG GAME. That's one word, BIGGAME. Make sure you get some Hockey Game Podcast merch there. All right, Smitty, any thoughts on the trade? Or are you just, as a Blackhawks fan, I guess you're just whatever with it?
Oh, Taylor Hall said he was going to resign or wanting to resign a long-term deal in Chicago. So big change there.
Happy to see him gone.
Yeah, I got really nothing. I haven't even had a chance to look at it. We just got off work about an hour ago. So
yeah. All right. Let's get into our puck block bets from last night here. Joel and I both went 4-4. I was down 10 puck bucks. Joel down 92 puck cents here. I'll go through quickly. Flyers lost, got the lead there against the Rangers, and then Shesterkin's been on fire since he's come back from that injury, so something to watch there. Rangers poured it on to screw the under as well. Canadians just did not really show up there in Detroit with the Red Wings getting it done. I think it was a 4-2 final. Carolina puck line, that came through 7-4. That was a wild game, though. They were down 2-0, went up like 5-2 in the second period, then it was 5-4. So that was back and forth. Vegas Golden Knights in St. Louis, big 4-2 win. Capitals, big shutout win, even with Charlie Lindgren, not even Logan Thompson there. 3-0 in Seattle to get the money line and the under. Then Nashville and San Jose back and forth once again. San Jose this time coming back to tie it, but Nashville getting the money line win. So lost there on the cuck line. So just a minor small day for me there.
Yeah, I thought I had the Capitals here too. That's something I did bet, but I also bet the Wild. They lost fucking 4-0 to the Coyotes, so can't complain too much there. Yeah, a lot of the same bets. Senators, that's not something you had on your card, even though I know you personally bet it, but I did bet the Senators against the Bruins on the back-to-back. Line went way up, but doesn't matter. Bruins had a good performance there with Korpisalo shutting out his old team. Very good defensive performance from the Bruins. Other than that, yeah, you mentioned that. Calgary, this is my favorite bet. I had a lot more on this than what I suggested here. Good win against the Sabres. Sabres are freaking bad, and the Flames are really good at home. So I love this bet. That one came through. Biggest bet of the day. Preds puck line. That was a bad beat. Man, they were up by multiple goals for most of the game. The Sharks made a game of it. Thankfully, the Preds scored in third period to cash the Hurricanes Predators parlay we had. But yeah, the over 6.5 was never in doubt. What did I say? I was like, I said that it won't be a 7-5 game again, but we do expect it to go over 6.5. Well, it was almost 7.5. If
only it was 7-5, it would have hit our puck line.
Exactly. Just missed an empty netter. Yeah, so over 6.5 is very good. But yeah, break even day for the most part in terms of the puck bucks. But yeah, it was a very entertaining game. Although the salami also cashed. This time the Sharks and the Preds did their business, and this time it actually helped with the a 10+ goal game.
Smitty, anything from last night you want to highlight, or should we just get into Saturday's slate?
No, for once I got lucky with the Habs Red Wings under 6, so didn't score a goal in the third period. So apparently there is some luck for a push.
Kucherov, OT winner. He was due.
He is due. That's right. He's hot now.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Good live bet win for myself there with the Lightning winner. Good stuff. All right, then. Let's get into this 13-game slate for Saturday, January 25th. Starting things off here at 1 p.m. We got those Colorado Avalanche minus 130 at the Boston Bruins plus 110. Over 5.5 is minus 122. Under 5.5 plus 102. Joel, start us off.
Well, we're already seeing the reaction in the market to the Rantanen deal. Pretty clear that the Hurricanes players won't be playing this game, almost certainly, while Rantanen will always be out. So that's why the lines come down to minus 130 for the Avalanche. But I still kind of like it. That Rantanen, we're getting a depressed price for the Avs against a Bruins team that have been consistently pathetic, impotent in terms of generating offense, against an Avalanche team that have been increasingly good at their defensive play, plus elite goalie play lately with Blackwood in particular. So I like the minus 130 and the under 5.5 plus 102 looking pretty good there, especially the Rat in the lineup. Avs in the under for me.
Yes, I already bet the Avs also. It's gone up and then back down since the trade news, like Joel said. Avs do play tomorrow also, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Sunday.
So, yeah. I'm good with either goalie at this point with an under. Boston can't do much with the puck, so yes, and hopefully Swayman's in that even. Yeah, because that would be under 5.5.
Oh yeah, it's a matinee game too, so that's another reason to like the Bruins. They're typically good at these afternoon games, but they also tend to go under as well. So
yeah, we talked about it last week. These afternoon games, we had a bunch of them last week. They're always kind of wonky here. Smitty, do you know what this line opened at for the Avs?
Minus 120 was what I got early.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's a nice grab. Yeah, I mean, I'll take the Avs here minus 130. I think that even without Rantanen and without the new guys in the lineup, they'll still have that energy of their front office kind of going for it a bit here. McKinnon's starting to feel it again. I think he had a nice goal against the Jets or the Wild, one of those 2 losses. And the Avs, I mean, I can't imagine they lose 3 games in a row very often here. So, Boston just been very up and down. So, could see a loss here. Maybe an overtime game. Boston does like a lot of these close overtime games in these afternoon games like we saw a few weeks ago against the Panthers there. That was a wild one. So, give me the Avs here and staying away from the total.
Third game in 4 nights for the Bruins, too.
Good point there. Good point. All right, down to 4 p.m. here. I got the Buffalo Sabres plus 190. At the Edmonton Oilers, minus 230. Oilers puck line, plus 114. Under 6.5 is minus 125. Over 6.5 is plus 105. Smitty, take this one.
Projected goalie is James Reimer right now for the Sabres. I did not see anything weird. But so if that is the case, I'll take the minus 1.5. If it ends up being UPL, I do like the under 6.5. But I don't know why Reimer's projected. I didn't see anything wrong with UPL the past couple times unless they're just trying to give him some rest for the next couple days. But that is just all projections at this point. So, yes, minus 1.5 plus 114. I don't mind taking a stab with the Oilers.
Yeah, the Oilers would be the play, even with the McDavid missing another game, and the Oilers coming off a big revenge game against the Canucks where they smashed them 6-2. That's the only way you can look right now. Sabres are really bad. You can't lay the minus 230 though. You can't really trust the Oilers after that kind of situation. But my favorite play, I think Smitty laid it out. The under 6.5, even with James Reimer in net for the Sabres. I think the Oilers can just stuff them out like 3-1, 4-1 kind of win. Sabres offense is really bad. Oilers defense is really good. And the Sabres do try to protect the front of the net and all that stuff under Lindrup's new system. So the under 6.5 would be my favorite play in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would take the under for a total, but I'm staying away from the total and going with Smitty's other play, the puck line here at plus 114. Sabres' past few losses have been by margin, 5-2 in Calgary, 6-4 in Seattle, 5-2 against Pittsburgh, 6-2 against Seattle again, 3-1 in Vegas here. So I think Edmonton here, Leon Draisaitl had a goal, 2 assists last game. Look for him again, maybe goal props, point props there, maybe an Oilers with a Draisaitl point prop parlay, like I suggested last game. But Oilers puck line, I think 114 is a good look here, given how they play at home and how the Sabres typically lose by at least 2 when they do lose. All right, we are brought to you by DraftKings. Playoffs, we're talking about playoffs. You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That's code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. All right, down to 4 p.m. again here. Got the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 102 at the Seattle Kraken minus 122. Penguins over 5.5 is minus 122. Under 5.5 is plus 102 here. Penguins in the midst of a long, looks like a 7-game road trip here. Win loss so far with blowouts each way. 5-2, lost 4-1, win 5-1, lost 5-1 last night in Anaheim, which luckily I didn't put too much on there. But yeah, Penguins did not look good last night. Neither did Seattle, not getting a goal at home against Washington here. But Seattle head-to-head, they just beat them 4-2 10 days ago in Pittsburgh here. So I guess that would be the way I would look if I had to. Seattle minus 122, maybe an over, but this is just a pass game for me here.
Is Super Bowl, what is that? My Roman numeral knowledge is a bit out, but is that a 60, Super Bowl 60? Is that correct? I think that's 60.
That's 60, yeah.
Yeah. Is that next year or is that this year?
I don't. Probably next year, knowing who's asking it.
Okay. Well, that's Shark asking me any Super Bowl 60 leans. I assume that's next year. I have no idea, man.
That is next year. That's next year.
Fuck. Let's go. Chicago Bears going to win it all. Man, I haven't looked at those. I haven't seen the odds. What are you talking about? Anyway, Penguins here, plus 102. I like them. The far better team. Kraken are fucking brutal. Penguins coming off a loss to the Ducks. Pretty pitiful performance. But we'll have to see. We hear rumors of Sidney Crosby going to the Avalanche. So this stuff is all up in the air. I really don't think that he's going to the Avalanche. I think that's just clickbait. But anyway, regardless, Penguins plus 102. I think they're the better team. I don't care about the Kraken home ice advantage. They're a bad team. Penguins coming off a bad loss to the Ducks. I like that quite a bit, which is correlated with the over. Penguins win, leads to the over. The Kraken somehow win. It's going to be like a dumb 3-2 game where Joey Decord stands on his head kind of thing. Penguins in the over, I guess.
Neither team has looked great lately. The only thing I have is January, early or middle of the January, Penguins had minus 130, but they were at home, so line seems decently fair other than almost I would wait a little bit and see if it flips more or makes the Kraken a bigger favorite. But yeah, I really don't have much.
All right, down to the night slate now at 7 p.m. We got the LA Kings minus 170 at the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 142. over 5.5 minus 125, under 5.5 plus 105. Joel, back to you.
Sorry, I was looking up Super Bowl 60 odds. Give me the Blue Jackets here. Plus 142. Kings starting the road trip. You typically like to back those teams, but the Kings have been a far inferior road team compared to their form at home, and the Blue Jackets have been the opposite. Very good home team. I know they've been having a busy schedule lately, but yeah, plus 142 I think is a good price here to back the Blue Jackets. Have been very underrated in the market. And the Kings have been underperforming. We used to see them in the top 5 in terms of their expected goals for percentage, Corsi, and all that, but now they're like below average in terms of the last 15 games or so. So yeah, the Blue Jackets here are the play here. Plus 142. Good home team. I think we can get it done. Let's go.
Line's already on the move. It was minus 148 earlier. Big, huge jump so far. So at this price, yes, Columbus is the only way to look. They are at home. Big, huge difference. And let's just hope they come out mad after the last performance they had, because it wasn't looking very good. So yes, Blue Jackets at this current price, and I have nothing for the total.
Bengals 20-1. Let's go.
Oh God,
that's the play.
All right, yeah, it is a Malinsky special here with Blue Jackets coming home. Going to be their third game in 4 nights after being in Toronto, then at Carolina for that back-to-back. Got outshot 29-19, then 42-22. Their last game at home after a long road trip, they lost to the Flyers 5-3. So at this price, it's probably a pass game for me. If the Blue Jackets get to plus 150, plus 160, I would maybe lean that way or look that way. But if I had to bet something here, it would be Kings minus 170. Can't really trust an over-under here. Blue Jackets are an over team, especially at home. Kings are an under team. So Kings maybe at minus 170, but another pass game for me. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Toronto Maple Leafs minus 115 at the Ottawa Senators minus 105, over 5.5 minus 118, under 5.5 minus 102. Smitty, what are your Sens going to do here?
Just probably disappoint me once again. So Sens back from a road trip. Pray the Leafs have wool in net. I already took some on the Leafs. It hasn't moved too much, so 115, I'll take it all day. Yeah, the Sens, what was it? Half their games have gone to overtime, and they didn't score, I think, last game or the game, 2 games before that. So it has not looked good for the Sens. The Leafs haven't been playing all that impressive, but I will take the Leafs at minus 115 and hope Wool's in net. If the Higbee or Hillbilly or whatever his name is in net, I am out, and I'll just cash out and just take whatever loss I have right then and there.
Hillbilly. I love that. No, the side here I think is pretty fairly priced. You like the Senators as a dog all the time against the Maple Leafs, but minus 105, not a huge price there. Of course, we're losing Josh Norris, but the Leafs are pretty banged up themselves with Tavares and co being out. A lot of forward depth being tested on their part. So I'm going to stay away from the side, but I do like the under 5.5. Minus 102 here. Find a juicy minus 6 if you want, but I do think this will be a low-scoring affair, low-event game. Both teams have struggled to generate offense lately, but both teams have had some good goaltending, good defense. So under 5.5 would be my favorite bet in this one.
Yeah, I might end up taking that under 5.5 there as well. Sens have not been scoring. I shut out back-to-back games, shut out 3 of their past 5 here, 4 of their past 9. So not scoring much at all. The only game that went over in that stretch was the crazy 6-5-1 against Boston last Saturday afternoon. Leafs have been scoring a bit up until last night when I live bet them against the Blue Jackets and they lost 5-1. But going back to them here, I think minus 115. They're just a better team. Sens are fine at home. I know the Sens have owned the Leafs the past 3 meetings, winning all 3 of them by margin there. But Leafs minus 115 against the Sens. I mean, I think I have to take that one and might end up taking the under as well. 7 o'clock again here. Got the Calgary Flames plus 150 at the Minnesota Wild minus 180. Wild puck line plus 145. Over 5.5 minus 122. Under 5.5 is plus 102 here. Wild laid a big old goose egg last time out. Was all over him with Kaprizov coming back, Spurgeon coming back. Could not score against the Coyotes there at home. Now they got the Flames coming off a big 5-2 win, going back on the road for them here. So don't really like this spot because the Wild finally have Kaprizov and Spurgeon should have their legs back now. But I'm not playing minus 180. If anything, I would take the Flames plus 150 here if that gets higher. As for the total, not sure who's going to be in net. Not sure it really matters because I'm not taking this one at all.
Well, this is the worst price in the market pretty much for the Wild. You can find much better prices elsewhere, but that's the way I'm going to look. Like you said, Kaprizov and the guys getting back together and get the legs onto them. You typically want to fade those kind of plays with the rising star theory and whatnot. And the Flames have been a far inferior road team compared to their home form. Then again, the Wild have been far better on the road than they are at home for some reason. So yeah, minus 180 is just too high of a price. So this one is looking a little rich. If you can find a minus 160 or so, that's the way I would look for the Wild here. I would be closer to betting the Wild than the Flames. Let's just say that much. And the under 5.5 is kind of calling me with both goalies playing well, assuming we get Gustafsson and Wolf. But yeah, this was a tough one. But just shop around and bet the best Wild price you can is my advice.
Both teams do play tomorrow, so goalies are something to worry about. Gus and Wolf and hopefully in net would lead me to an underplay. The line's already dropped from plus 180 on the Flames. Yeah, but you can get the Wild right now. Yeah, it was there for a couple minutes. But the Wild are already down to, what is it, minus 166 at other places. Hopefully it drops maybe a little bit more. I wouldn't expect much, but yeah, at this price, and you can get a minus 166 is very interesting. But I would wait till see if Wolf is in net. Yeah, Fleury doesn't bother me too much, but yeah, I do not want Vladar in net for the Flames at all.
Yeah, I'm taking that minus 166 right now. It's much better than this minus 180 we have here.
Minus 162 at Pinnacle for all you Canadians out there.
I'm running it down to 7 p.m. again. Got the New Jersey Devils minus 170 at the Montreal Canadiens plus 142. Over 5.5 minus 125. Under 5.5 plus 105 here. Joel, what do you got here with Jacob Markstrom now on the IR for 4 to 6 weeks?
Yeah, we dodged a bullet there. He didn't miss the rest of the season. Just the MCL. We feared the worst the way that injury looked, and Sheldon Keefe was like, "We're not even going to look at it. We'll see what happens with the X-ray." He sounded very pessimistic, but thankfully it's just the MCL, so he's not going to miss the playoffs. So that's good for the Devils. For this game, though, the Canadiens, obviously one of the best teams in the league over the past month, and getting them plus 142 on Hockey Night Canada here against the Devils, who've been very inconsistent of late. Yeah, give me the Habs here. Nice home dog. I like it quite a bit. Under 5.5 would be the look as well with the way the goalies are playing for the Habs. And even with Jake Allen in that, a revenge game also. So that's to be merited into the equation. So, yeah, the Habs here, plus 142, under 5.5. I think this will be a low event game. The Habs squeak out with Elaine Hudson power play tip in goal.
I don't have much for this game. This line feels about right. The only way I was looking was the under. Jake Allen has been good when he plays for the most part right now. So that would lead me to an underplay at this point. Yeah, it's just too high. The Devils haven't been playing that well, and the Habs have been playing really well lately. So, except for the last game. But without that, I would say if I had to pick a side, it'd be the Canadiens. I may get on it later, but the under 5.5 is what I like right now.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with all of that. I would look at the under 5.5 plus 105, getting those plus odds there. It's pretty nice. Yeah, Jake Allen since the new year only made 2 starts, 2 goals allowed in each of them. Made 16 saves on 16 shots there against the Bruins in about half the game. So yeah, he's turned it around a bit since starting off pretty slow. Habs coming off that loss in Detroit. Maybe they're finally coming back down to earth with 2 back-to-back games where they got heavily outshot. wait on the Habs. Hopefully this number goes up a bit, but if not, I'll stay away from the side and probably just stick with that under 5.5 at plus 105. All right, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all sports. Underdog is always making it easier to win with profit boosts and gimme pick'ems, NFL, college basketball, MMA, NBA, NASCAR, and more. You can now use specials and boosts on all flexed entries. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And of course, be sure you check out Rhythm, the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Build your own model, copy one of the top-performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build you a model for you. Claim your 7-day. If NFL playoffs haven't been going away so far, Rhythm will help you turn things around. With 3 games left, Rhythm's AI-powered predictions for prop bets and game lines will set you up for success through the big game. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, here down to 7 o'clock again. Got the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 142 at the Detroit Red Wings plus 120. Under 6.5 minus 120. Over 6.5 plus 100 here. Smitty, what do you got for this one? With the Bolts on a back-to-back, and it should be Vasi in net.
It is Vasilevsky, hopefully, in that, unless they call somebody up. This line has already gone up a little bit. It was minus 130, 135 earlier. Makes sense with Vasilevsky being announced, with Johansson starting tonight. Yeah, with that change in that, the under 6.5 minus 120 is the only thing that interests me at this price. I doubt the Lightning go down. So at this price, under 6.5 minus 120, especially with Cam Talbot back, either that or Lyon, I don't care as long as it's not Husso, which he's already sent down, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, under 6.5 minus 120 would be my best bet for this game.
Can't really argue with that. Red Wings offense continues to be impotent. Goaltending somewhat consistent other when Husso is in the lineup. But yeah, the Lightning here on the back-to-back, typically those teams get faded, but when you get the starting goalie in it, not so much. But yeah, I don't want to back the Red Wings right now. They're still a fraudulent team after they got their new coach bounce. They have shown their real colors. Yeah, they won against the Habs, but yeah, I don't read too much into that game. So Lightning here, minus 142. Kind of like that. Kind of like the under 6.5 better, like Smitty said. But right now, I haven't bet this game at all. So we'll stay and monitor these lines.
Yeah, I agree with both those points. Under should be a strong play here. Only minus 120 at 6.5. I'm seeing, you can get under 6 at even money out there if you'd like. Vasilevsky should hopefully be strong there in net. And the Red Wings offense had 1 goal in each of their previous 3 games before getting 4 against the Canadians there somehow. So I'm not trusting that. I think Lightning here minus 142. Is decent. I see minus 135, minus 130 still out there, though. So maybe wait and see how this line moves. Lightning are 3-4 on the second game of back-to-back. So having Vasi in there will help that, hopefully. Lightning did just beat the Red Wings 5-1 last Saturday in Tampa. So maybe we can get it done again here. Just can't back the Red Wings, take the under, and wait on the Bolts. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. I got the Dallas Stars minus 142 at the St. Louis Blues plus 120. Over 5.5 is minus 125. Under 5.5 plus 105 here. We got Dallas here on a back-to-back. Ottinger started tonight, so I imagine it will be Casey DeSmith on Saturday here, who allowed 6 goals to Colorado last weekend when he started there. So maybe not too much confidence there. And Dallas coming off a big win at home against Vegas, 4-3. To kind of get back on track. They've been up and down recently. Blues, on the other hand, also up and down, coming off a loss against Vegas after winning in Vegas. I guess I would go with the Stars here, minus 142, seeing minus 135 out there as well. Just kind of similar to last game. They're on a back-to-back. They're the better team, but I mean, DeSmith is not necessarily as trustworthy. Not as trustworthy as Vasi, definitely, but just in general as well. So yeah, look to the Stars here, and then maybe look to the under.
Tough situation for the Stars. Such a brutal game against the Knights. Very physical. Had to hold on for their dear lives. Ottinger made some incredible saves at the end of the game. I watched quite a bit of the third period. Now going back to St. Louis, it's not the closest trip from Dallas. So minus 142 is asking a lot, considering the way the Blues have been playing under Jim Montgomery. Playing a lot better now that they got the new D pairings. They're playing a lot better with Cam Fowler and whatnot, and they get a lot more production out of Robert Thomas and the like. So I can't back the Stars here at this price. Maybe if the line comes down, I'm looking that way, but as of now, I can't do it. And with Casey DeSmith in net, I can't back an under. I would like the under if it was Ottinger, especially considering how well he played against the Knights there. Just stoning so many plays. Wow. How good was fucking Jack Eichel tonight? He was so good. Like every time I watched him, like he's making so many great plays. Like he should be getting a lot more love in the Hart Trophy market. He had 2 goals tonight, but he just can't keep up with Draisaitl and the like. But he deserves a little bit more love in that respect. But that's besides the point. This game, I'm staying away from it. I can't back the Stars here on the back-to-back with Casey DeSmith in net when the Blues have been playing so well, and they're typically a better home team. So under 5.5 maybe, but with Casey DeSmith in net, it's scary proposition. So I'm going to stay away from this one. We'll see where the line goes.
It is interesting to see and to think that the line has already moved in the Stars' favor, even though DeSmith is probably going to play tomorrow. It opened up on DraftKings is minus 135, so I don't know what happens. This is, like Joel said, a wait and see. I don't see how or why it would keep going up with the travel, and the Stars had just played the grinding game. Under 5.5 would be my only play at this point, but right now I don't have much of anything, and just wait and see. And then if you have to, just write it down for later and understand what the market's doing.
Yeah, I am going to take the under 5.5 plus 105. The under is 5-0 on back-to-backs, and against the Avs, DeSmith gave up 6, but before that gave up 3, 1, 2, 2, and 1. So the Blues don't have the offense that the Avs do. So pretty confident in that under there. All right, down to 7:30 now. I've got the Carolina Hurricanes minus 180 at the New York Islanders plus 150. Over 5.5 minus 135. Under 5.5 plus 114. Joel, what do you got here?
I guess the Islanders played tonight, right? Who do they have in that?
They had Sorokin. It's Hogberg tomorrow.
Right? He's been a pretty damn good backup, to be fair. But Hurricanes been the far better team. They've been cruising lately. They got the momentum now. They got the trade stuff going on. Obviously, they won't have Natchez and Drury in the lineup here. Obviously, almost certainly not Rantanen, but even still, I think the Hurricanes have all the momentum going into this game. They're fired up with this new trade. They got they're now the fucking Cup favorites. You notice that in the Cup odds? Yes, they jumped the Oilers, so that's interesting. But I think the Hurricanes are the play here. Minus 1.5 plus 136. It's tougher than Islanders game because they push every fucking game to the slog and make everything go to overtime and whatever. But still, plus 136, minus 1.5. Hurricanes do win games by margin, so that's the way I'm looking. And I think the Hurricanes just roll here with the Islanders in the back-to-back with their backup goalie and their third string goalie in. So maybe don't lay the minus 180, get the regulation price, bring it down, or a parlay with who else do I really like? There's a game coming up that I really like. It's a very juicy favorite. The
Panthers.
Panthers, right? Yes, that's it. So, parlay the Hurricanes with the Panthers would be my recommendation here. Or just take the minus 1.5 for the Hurricanes because I don't think the Islanders will be competitive in this game, even at home. Hurricanes, strong road team as well. So, I don't see Islanders keeping up with them.
I agree. Hurricanes -1.5. It opened up -162. Dobson was just put on IR, so he's not coming back anytime soon
Right.
for the Islanders.
Tony DeAngelo now.
Yes.
With all the minutes and the stuff he doesn't do in the stat sheet will be big miss there. So yes, Hurricanes -1.5 at this current price. I do foresee it probably getting above 2, so -200. I would say I don't think the trade affects that much, but all the shots on net and everything, I think this is hopefully the chance Holdberg finally breaks down.
Yeah, I mean, not much really to add there. I agree with all that. Hurricanes puck line +136. They won the last meeting 4-0 at home, lost 4-3, on the road there, but I don't think the Islanders were on a back-to-back. Islanders, 3-1 tonight against the Flyers. Didn't look that great. Sorokin came up pretty big, so I don't think Hogberg's going to do that. And Carolina is, won 4 in a row now, got a chance to take it to the Islanders. And, I wouldn't be shocked if somehow Rantanen gets there for the game. So that could, only add more for the Canes. All right, down to 10 p.m. here. Got those Florida Panthers -310. Panthers puck line -118. At the San Jose Sharks +250. Sharks puck line -102. Under 6.5 -135. Over 6.5 +114. Smitty, what do you got?
Well, we just found out how much Joel loves the Panthers. I don't know. The Sharks played the Panthers hard, or not the Panthers, the Preds hard. I don't have much of anything for this game. If I had to, it'd be -1.5, -118. I don't want to take an under because Sharks could have let in 1 million, but they've been a little feisty lately. But then they let everybody else back in the game, so I'll just let Joel go on his capping because he seems to feel really strong about this.
I don't know. I'm not that strong on them. I do think the Panthers dominate this game, and they've been on a tough trek here. They had 3 games in 4 nights. This will be the 4th game in 6 nights, so schedule-wise is not ideal. But the Sharks have also just come back from their long road trip and to play the Predators once again. So that's got to be a little bit of an emotionally draining affair. But -310 here, I think, is pretty cheap for a Panthers team who are desperate for a win after getting beaten by the Kings after a pretty pitiful performance there. I thought they were not the good team against LA. But I like the Panthers here as the parlay piece with a couple things. Maybe look at Arena Sabalenka against Madison Keys in the Aussie Open final. But also the over 6.5 here. I like that quite a bit. The Sharks have been very bad, like the worst team defensively, but they are able to generate offense, particularly with the Celebrini line. The power play is clicking largely thanks to Celebrini and William Eklund, and Mario Ferraro has been very good from the back end. So over 6.5 here, I like that quite a bit. Should be Bobrovsky in net. He's been very pedestrian so far this season, unlike anything he played like in the playoffs. So over 6.5 +114 is my favorite bet in terms of the single game price here. But I'm not opposed to putting Panthers money line in some parlays.
This is the first half of a back-to-back for the Panthers. They are in Vegas on Sunday, so I guess maybe they might give Spencer Knight to start. They've been alternating starts a lot recently.
Well, they played Spencer Knight the last game, right?
Yeah, they started him in the second half of the back-to-back and started him the game before the back-to-backs. I mean, they've been alternating for a bit here with them too, so I could definitely see them going with Spencer Knight in this one. So yeah, over 6.5 at +114. Or, get the over 6 at -115 or at normal books there. As for a side, Panthers puck line -118. I'm kind of going back and forth between that or Panthers team total over 3.5 -150. Sharks have allowed 6, 7, 6, 4, 4 in their last 5 there. So I think the Cats get quite a few goals here against the Sharks. So yeah, I think maybe just the over 6.5 at +114 is the best value there.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. When it comes to these big juiced unders or the big juiced overs, I'd rather take the dog price here in terms of that. Like, if it's like a straight even money, whatever, like for a 6, okay, fine. But the game between the Panthers and the Sharks, where it can go either way, I'd far prefer the +114 price because this game could go like 3-1 or it can go like 7-6. So I'd rather have that +114 price over the -135. Because this game could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's sitting at 6, pray to God they pull the goalie at 8 minutes left.
All right, down to 10 p.m. here. Got the Washington Capitals
we got 2 more games.
2 at the Vancouver Canucks plus 102. Totals at 5.5. Both the over and under at minus 110. Joel, what's going on in Vancouver?
Oh, nothing good, man. Nothing good. It's oh man, listening to Vancouver radio for the past couple of days, it's been nothing but okay. We're watching the Utah Hockey Club now. Good thing the Canucks suck because we got stuff to do with our nights now. It's total distress factory in Vancouver. So it's and it's showing itself on the ice. Like this team does not fucking care. And that's the total opposite of the Capitals, who were the Vancouver Canucks of last season. This team is all vibes. Canucks have been the anti-vibes. So give me the Capitals here, minus 122. They totally dominated the Seattle Kraken. Canucks can't figure it out. They got no offense. They got no fight back. Corey Perry just fucking bullying everyone and nobody fighting back. Yeah, Canucks are at dumpster fire right now. So I like the Capitals to keep rolling. Cheap price here for the better team, even on the road. Canucks goaltending has been bad. Demko has not figured it out yet. It'll take him some time to sort things out after his long absence. But minus 122 for the Capitals, I think is pretty decent the way they're actually playing now. You just can't trust this team. But what did I say last show? They're just so fucking unpredictable. Like right when you expect them to lose a game, that's when they really show up. So don't pay a big price on the Capitals. Don't make this the biggest bet of the season. But I do like the Capitals here to win this game. Considering how the Canucks are playing, they just give it up. It's like a eject button. Hit the eject button on the season. So until something changes, I can't back this team. So until something changes, I can't do it. So give me the Capitals here, minus 122. They are the team with the spirituality. They are the team with the spirit. The Canucks have given up all that. They surrendered it. So until something changes, I'm not going to back on the Canucks. So minus 122 for the Caps. Pretty good. Under 5.5 is pretty decent too. Both teams are very low event offensively. Pretty good defensively still. Even at the poor defending or goaltending from the Canucks, under 5.5 is looking all right. So Capitals, strong play there. Slight play to the under 5.5.
Yeah, it's already minus 128 in other places.
We got a shout out Shark here. God bless the USPTO for denying the Eddie's trademark. It was and will always be a stupid name. Totally agree with that. Shark once again with the kill.
Oh, that's Sharkin. That's not Shark. It's Sharkin.
Okay, whatever. Sharkin. Whatever the Shark is. Go ahead, Smitty.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, in between Joel's rant, we went from Vancouver could get feisty to screw them, and now the Capitals are the play to maybe they might pull it out to Vancouver hates everything, and we might have a chance, but the Capitals are my strongest play of the night.
I don't understand anything I've said.
I did. I 100% understand everything you said. It's all good. Line movement also agrees with you. It's minus 110 when it opened on DraftKings. It's minus 120 still some places. Minus 122 is good enough for me. I did play the under 5.5. So, yes.
All right, we're agreed then.
Yep.
But Thomas Demko sucks, and he may not stop any goals and just let them all in, and we'll see what happens.
Thomas Demko.
Exactly.
Yeah, cap minus 122 here, just way too low. Still get minus 115 out there. Playing a bunch of low-scoring games. 6 straight wins now, have not allowed more than 2 goals in one game, and one of those was to the Oilers there with the assistance of some nachos thrown on the ice. So besides that, they allowed 1 goal or fewer in 6 straight there. So love the Caps here, minus 122. Also like the under 5.5 at minus 110.
I love the image of them trying to challenge for the Edmonton Oilers fans throwing nachos on the ice.
Nachos challenge, yeah. All right, down to the final game on the docket here. 10 p.m. Nashville Predators minus 192. Puck line plus 140 at the Ducks plus 160. Over 5.5 minus 125. Under 5.5 plus 105. Smitty, close it out.
Well, shit, this line has gone up. It was minus 170 earlier. Backed out. We'll say that is a nice way of not taking it. Minus 1.5 for the Preds. Ducks have not looked good, but I really don't have much for this game. The Ducks have not looked good. Preds let everybody and their brother back in the game and then can come back from, I don't even know what it was. Was it 4-1, 6-2? I don't even know, but whatever. I don't have anything. -1.5 if I had to play it. Plus 140. Yeah.
That's the way I'm looking as well. Plus 140 here, -1.5. Ducks are bad. Very unlucky, or very lucky rather, to beat the Penguins like that. Yeah, Ducks have been operating on some fluky shit lately. Predators finally generating a bit of offense, finally getting some luck together, just like they did last year. And they're on a roll now, and they're playing the worst schedule for the last half of the season. So Predators, they still have some belief that they can make the playoffs. So yeah, they have a lot more fight for it than the Ducks. So I think that they can keep things rolling, just keep beating bad teams by margin. They should have beat the Sharks by 2+ at least. So yeah, Predators here, -1.5, plus 140. That's the way to go. I like that quite a bit. The total, kind of like the over 5.5. Even this juicy -125. But really, I just like the Predators to win this game.
Yeah, Preds buck line here, plus 140. Past 10 games, they have the third best expected goals for percentage. Past 25, they're 8th best, and now on this season, they have the 9th best. So they're definitely turning it around. Was unaware of their strength of schedule, so yeah, maybe look at them to make a playoff run. Only 10 points out here.
Who's ahead of them? The fucking Blues, the Canucks, the Flames.
Yeah, Blues, Canucks,
Coyotes.
Flames. There, yeah, those are the teams that can easily fall off here. So UC Saros, and anything can happen here. So yeah, Preds puck line here, not playing the total.
This could be a very interesting, probably the most interesting playoff race in years in both the West and the East. If the Preds can make a run, challenge for these spots with their easy schedule, and we got everyone in the mix. Like, okay, the Lightning just won today. Okay, they got some comfort cushion there, but we got like so many teams involved for the wild card spaces in the East. So I'm very excited about this playoff race, even though there's a bunch of mid teams who are not going to win the cup. It's still going to be exciting down the stretch, and that, you know, it's going to be fun for to see who's going to lose to the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round and whatever. But yeah, it's going to be a very fun end to the regular season is my point. Unlike last year, it was totally garbage.
Yeah, you got like 6 teams locked in on both sides, and that's it there. So it should be a interesting race to the bottom between those teams. All right, let's get into our puck buck bets here. All my picks are 30 for favorites, 25 for underdogs unless noted. Avalanche -130, Edmonton puck line plus 114, Leafs -115, Stars Blues under 5.5 plus 105, Hurricanes puck line plus 136, Panthers Sharks over 6.5 plus 114, Capitals -122 for 40, Capitals Canucks under 5.5 -110, and then Preds puck line plus 140.
Okay, give me Avalanche Bruins under 5.5, 20 puck bucks plus 102. Give me Avalanche money line -130, 20 puck bucks -130. Give me Sabres Oilers. DraftKings line is -125, 6.5, whatever. 20 puck bucks.
Is that over?
Under. Penguins money line plus 102, 20 puck bucks. Give me Blue Jackets plus 142 money line, 15 puck bucks. Give me
215.
Lightning Senators under 5.5 -102, 20 puck bucks. Give me Hurricanes -1.5 plus 136, 15 puck bucks. Give me fucking Washington Capitals -122 money line, 20 puck bucks. Give me Predators -1.5 plus 140, 15 puck bucks. Did I like the over in that game? Did I say that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a weird line though. -125 over 5.5. It confused me. That's a bad line. I can't do it on the DraftKings line. I just can't.
All right.
Give me the Panthers Sharks over 6.5 plus 114. 20 bucks. Let's get a fun game to end the night.
All right, there's our puck buck bets for Saturday at the 56 minute mark of the video there.
One more. I'll mirror your Capitals Canucks under 5.5. Exactly the same price. Yes.
25 puck bucks.
Yes. I like that.
It's your biggest bet on the board. And you said, all right.
Give everybody a 20 then. 20.
All right.
Yeah, be consistent.
All right, Smitty, you want to say any of your best bets here, or you want to just close?
Never good. Let's just roll.
Joel, you got any tennis or football, or just end it?
You know what I did? When Djokovic was clearly failing, you know what I didn't do? I didn't bet Zverev to win the match because I knew it'd be fucking refunded. I bet him to win the whole thing, the 5-1. They had live odds up for the whole thing, so I got it 5-1. So I'm all good, but Sinner's still a much better result. So we're going for Yannick Sinner to win the whole thing. Tennis, I got some Sabalenka and a couple dumb parlays, but not a lot of that. We'll see what happens tonight. But yeah, let's go Sinner.
All right, Smitty, anything?
No, I just want to complain about the schedule makers. There's literally nothing on to gamble on tonight. So Jesus Christ, no NBA, no NHL. We have Washington versus I don't even freaking know in NCAA basketball at this point. So what the hell are we doing?
Yeah,
that's great.
Scheduling by the Canucks or the NHL rather. Every game was on like what 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 7:30 is all the starts. Yeah, 7:30.
I like how Joel now thinks that the NHL is now controlled by the Canucks and they control all the scheduling, and they're all written by that schedule.
Everything is oriented around the Canucks with all the Pedersen, the JT Miller rumors. Everything is oriented around the Canucks these days. Do not lie. If you listen
or
to
around
media,
Joel,
some kind of trade happened. JT Miller and Elias Patterson are immediately involved in all the rumors. Okay, so.
All right. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast wherever you're listening. Subscribe on YouTube and follow on Twitter. I'm Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Barrett. And you'll find me cheering for Ryan's Birds. Let's go Philadelphia Eagles.
Go
and
Birds.
I fucking hate the Chiefs. I don't have any kind of betting interest in either team, but I do really want the Buffalo Bills to beat the Chiefs because I'm tired of fucking Patrick Mahomes. And his dumb shit being in the Super Bowl. So and the Taylor Swift stuff, whatever. I can go on and on. But yeah, let's go Birds.
And I'm Schmitty. Hopefully you can find me watching UCLA versus Washington, I guess, because there's nothing else on.
See ya.